So some of the major differences between a BDSM dynamic and a dynamic that has abuse in it are a variety of factors. So first you want to think about that BDSM relationships have negotiation in them. They have safe words in them. You are able and totally within your right to have boundaries and to have the ability to stop the situation when it's happening. So people in abuse, they don't have the right to have a boundary. They don't have the right to stop something when it's happening. So those are some of the major differences. The rules in a BDSM relationship are mutually decided upon, agreed upon, and carried out together. In an abusive relationship, it becomes this dictatorship where you aren't really able to say what you want and what you need, and you're just sort of having these things thrust upon you. Another component is having pleasure. So in a BDSM relationship, you should really be able to experience pleasure, and your pleasure should be at some point at least a priority within the relationship. Whereas in an abusive relationship, you will find that that's not really something the abuser cares that much about. They don't care about whether or not you're having a good time, or if you're, enjoying yourself, or you're kind of getting to a place of sexual satisfaction from the experience as well. And that's where that partnership comes in. So, if you're constantly being dictated to, you're not going to feel like you have the right to say, oh, I don't really like that very much. You kind of slowly lose your voice over time. So I always, something I always really encourage is still allowing your submissive to have language of empowerment. I think there's some parts of the community that they want to really train their submissive to behave very submissively. And sometimes that includes learning, passive language when you're talking to your dominant. And that can really work for some people in their dynamics. But I think that we're kind of in this day and age where we want to use BDSM to grow. So having the correct language choice, kind of allowing your submissive to still have really empowering language when they're communicating with you, allows you to stay outside of the areas that are abusive too. So I think that's kind of an extra layer that allows for safety.